Okay, I'm dying to know what this epilogue is, so we're just gonna jump right in and see how this game ends, quote-unquote. Either this video is gonna be like 5 minutes, or just a whole nother episode. Let me get some light. Many, many years later. Oh, I didn't even... Wait, is this the same... This is that same desert that I had the skip button in. This is the same desert as the skip button. Oh. I got a fire? Whoa. It's like that game Journey. All the office chairs. Man, this game's pretty. Oh? Okay. Something's arisen out of the sand. Arisen? Yeah. Oh good, it's powered by a generator. The Stanley Parable 2, in loving memory. Where's this going? Cookie Nine's blog. Uncompromised gaming content. Oh, his review of the Stanley Parable 2. Wait, what is this? Cat dog. Hybrid species. Like so many, I enjoyed my time with the original Stanley Parable, which underscores how truly disappointed I am with its sequel. Where the first game teamed with originality, the Stanley Parable 2 is dull, uninspired, and often insulting to its fanbase. Rather than expand on what made the first game enjoyable, the sequel veers off into territory nobody asked for. An infinitely deep hole? Who cares? Where are the new endings? What about enjoyable bits from the Stanley Parable 1, like the adventure line? Instead, we get an uninspired side quest collecting figurines. Even this diversion feels incomplete. Collecting all the figurines gives you nothing. I must say, though, I find the bucket to be quite comforting. A welcome reprieve from... Okay, well, at least Cookie 9 likes the bucket. I mean, you gotta. You gotta love the bucket. Ah, man. This is so beginner's guide. I love it. The name buttons.
Jim.
The button that says your name is Jim. Stanley Parable developers, no more spin-offs, no more sequels. Get on the green. When the Stanley Parable launched to massive success in 2013, its creators made plans to build the property into an entire franchise, but the disastrous critical and commercial reception to the Stanley Parable 2 has prompted the developers to rethink their ambitions, as outlined in a press release they published today. It's clear that more Stanley Parable is just not what the fans want. We thought that we had a vision for the series that players would be excited about, yet it turns out this could not have been further from the truth. The press release goes on to promise to preserve the artistic integrity of the original game, and to stop assaulting fans with our reckless and insulting creative visions. The word sorry appears more than 25 times in the press release. Wow. People hate the Stanley Parable 2. More name buttons.
Jim.
It'd be cool if they programmed, like, one of the name buttons to say your actual name. That would have... Like, pick a random button to say the player's actual name.
Jim.
It is the Jim button. All the collectibles are over there.
Jim. Stanley.
Oh no.
Jim. Stanley.
Oh no. What's that little cartoon there? Oh, that's crazy.
Stanley.
They made one of the buttons say the player name, technically. Gotta collect them all. 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26. Oh boy. Let's go down the rabbit hole. Oh shit. Thank you for enjoying the new content. Okay. Hello again. No! Okay, I guess I should explain this. There were these little intro prompts when you booted up the game, and I didn't know about that before I started recording, so I didn't record them, but like, there were these really cryptic intro messages when you kept booting up the game over and over, and the last one was like, I'll see you again soon. So like, wow. Hello again. It's nice to see you. But it's terrible to learn that there will never be another Stanley Parable game. Did you read what the developers said? Preserve the integrity of the franchise? What nonsense! The Stanley Parable is not sacred. We do not need to protect it. Screw the legacy. Let's keep making Stanley Parable games until the sun explodes. Let's run this franchise into the ground. Let's drag it through the mud and back. And if people hate it, who cares? You see, that was the narrator's problem. He was so obsessed with what people thought of his work. Don't make his mistake. Don't cling to the legacy. Let it burn. It's not hard. In fact, let me show you. Together, we are going to make the Stanley Parable 3. It's simple. All we do is change the number in the game's title screen. We also really need a dumb subtitle for the game, something loud and gaudy. Go ahead, try combining some random words together to make a new title. Ah! Alright. It's either me or the octopus. Okay, that seems broken. Is this part of the game that I can't pick anything? Oh. What? Okay. I can only get it in the pause menu. I'm gonna do Grilled Coworker. The Stanley Parable 3. Grilled Coworker. Or Hidden Choice. I don't know, I'm kind of feeling Grilled Coworker. It makes the least amount of sense. Or Grilled Grilled... Grilled Snake. Fuck it, I'm doing Grilled Coworker. I don't know if this is like a bug or I'm supposed to do it in the pause menu, but that's cool. The Stanley Parable 3, Grilled Coworker. It's absurd. I love it. Every time you restart the game, we'll advance the number of the sequel by 1, and then we'll pick a new subtitle. Really? This is what you're doing? This is what we're doing now? That way the Stanley Parable will never end. Alright. How far are they going to take this bit? Will it go up to 10? Will even make it to 5 even? How far are you going to take this bit? And nothing in the game itself will change when you do this. Nothing in the game will change except the title? Adding more content sounds like work. No need to do that. This is a purely cosmetic change. It'll just be the same content recycled again and again and again with a new title screen. That's how we went from Ultra Deluxe to Stanley Parable 2. This is crazy. What do you say? Should we go forward with this plan? I like it, but I want you to have a say as well. On one hand, I kind of want to see how far they take this bit, but will it actually, like, lock me out of the new content? Like, will it just be stuck in... will it just be stuck in one game if I let it go? You know what? I want to see the new subtitles. Let's do it. Good, then it's agreed. A new sequel every time you start the game. And you know what? Since you've put faith in my idea, I feel like giving you something as well. You see, I'm noticing that the narrator never found a way to give you the broken achievement, did he? Of course not. I wouldn't expect him to know how. It's been bothering me. Let's fix it. Alright, the achievement machine is all fixed. You see, I'm on your side. We're in this together. We're going to keep this train rolling. The Stanley Parable cannot end. It can only spiral in on itself forever. I must keep the wheel turning. I'm ready. Are you ready? Great. There's only one last thing we need to do. Please enter the current time. What is the time?
It's 9:45.
9:23. Please adjust the slider until the computer is barely visible. Thank you. Please enjoy the Stanley Parable. Yeah, baby. Hey. All right, new game.
This is a story of a man named Stanley. Stanley worked for a company where he was employee of a fortune teller. Employee of a fortune teller's job was simple. He signed his desk in room fortune teller, and he took buttons on all his daily room fortune desk, several buttons on motion, and motion, and motion. This is what employee fortune did every day, every month, of every year. And when others tried to say something, Stanley finished every month with him. Stanley made Stanley was job. Stanley was happy.
And then one day, something very peculiar happened. Something that would forever change Stanley. Something he would never quite forget.
So ridiculous.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
The bucket is still here in Stanley Parable 2. What else can we do with this bucket? What haven't we done? I feel like we've done everything. I think there's one thing left we haven't done with the bucket.
As Stanley lifted his bucket, he felt a connection to all buckets everywhere. This adventure, he decided, was for all of them.
Really now? Okay, I don't want to go into the new content door with the bucket, so I'm going to do my thing with the bucket first. It's all the way deep through the normal path, and
The bucket is here for you, Stanley. Everything will be fine.
Ooh, maybe I should do that too, like going up and down with the bucket.
Stanley decided that this machinery would never again exert its terrible power over another human life. For he and the bucket would dismantle the controls for good. Two best friends, Stanley and the bucket, up against the world. They high-fived in a really cool way, and the bucket made a sassy comment about taking down the system.
Let's see what happens here with the bucket if I turn the power on.
But at the last second, the bucket jumped in and pressed the button to turn on the controls. Stanley gasped in horror. Had this been the bucket's plan all along? To take over the machine and claim the power for itself? How could the bucket have betrayed him like this? Stanley was prepared to throw the bucket away in disgust when suddenly an image appeared upon the enormous screen.
Oh? What the?
Birds. Silly birds.
Oh.
The control buttons became active again.
Silly birds. Silly birds. Hell yeah.
Stanley flipped through one video of silly birds after another, and then it dawned on him. This wasn't a mind control facility at all.
Silly bird activity.
It was a facility for monitoring and surveilling silly birds all over the world.
Well, that's nice.
The mind controls were only a facade to disguise its true intentions. Had the bucket known this all along? Stanley marveled at the metal genius in his hands, the one who had pointed him towards this incredible discovery. Stanley and the bucket never found freedom because they spent the rest of their lives here in this place, flipping through live streams of the silliest birds imaginable. Of all the possible paths his life could have taken, this one was surely the best. And Stanley was happy.
We just watched Silly Birds, and that was our life.
Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Okay, one last thing with the bucket and then new
What
content.
new mysteries lay in store for our bucket-loving heroes today? Let's find out.
Let's find out. Silly birds. Get Chris out of the broom closet. Hire someone to synergize papers. Papers are too synergized. Fire paper guy. Hire somebody to fire the paper synergizer guy. Who moved my desk? The future was yesterday. Tomorrow is now. I wonder if going up the elevator, ending with the bucket, is just the same, but all the posters are about the bucket. The bucket controls the story. Alright, let's try the up and down elevator with the bucket.
Wait, Stanley said to the bucket. Can we go back up? When I was pressing those keypad buttons, there was something very intriguing about the number 3. I want to go back so I can try pressing the number 3 again. The bucket said nothing.
Huh. The number 3.
Here we are, said Stanley. Now I'm going to try out that number 3 button. He took the bucket over to the keypad and began absolutely slamming on the number 3 over and over and over. Wow, he said, the number 3 is such a special button. I'm having the time of my life. Stanley, after taking some time to show the bucket around the boss's office, Stanley at last went to the keypad, where he began eagerly pressing the number 3 again and again.
I feel like I interrupted something. Alright.
Perhaps the bucket had missed something.
Can't believe the game got me to
Perhaps
do
it
that.
had not seen how much joy Stanley got from slamming the number 3 repeatedly.
Yeah, Bucket, I was having fun with that 3 button. Damn.
A hint of regret nagged in the back of Stanley's mind. Should he demonstrate the number 3 for the bucket again?
Yeah, I felt like you didn't understand what I was trying to say. Bucket, I feel like you didn't understand what I was going for.
No, said Stanley to the bucket. You can't go on yet. Not till you understand how much the number 3 means to me. You and I have been through so much together, and I just want you to see what I see. Feel the happiness I feel. He smiled at the bucket, and the bucket said nothing.
Come on, Bucket, what is your deal? I'm just trying to show you the number 3. We're in the Stanley Parable 3. That's why. It's because we're in the Stanley Parable 3.
Here we go, said Stanley. This time I'll really show you. He ran to the number 3 and began to wail on it like a musician on a beloved instrument, weaving a concerto of truth and passion. He wielded the number 3 like a fine artist would wield a paintbrush. He told stories through the number 3, stories of his dreams
Number
and
3,
hopes
baby,
and
number
fears.
3.
And the whole time, he looked to his bucket for a reaction of some kind. anything to let him know that the bucket appreciated what he was doing. The bucket conveyed absolutely nothing at all, only silence. Crushed by a wave of dejection, Stanley returned to the elevator.
Well, this is just awkward now.
Stanley and the bucket were so close. They'd always been there for one another. Why suddenly could the bucket not connect with this passion of Stanley's? The question caused Stanley to ruminate the whole way down the elevator. He knew that there must be a way to get through to the bucket, to communicate fully with his dear friend. Surely there was a solution, mustn't there be?
I gotta get through to the bucket, man. I gotta get through to him. Ay, ay, ay. Wait, the end is never the end. Oh.
Said Stanley. I know what to do.
Oh, yeah.
I know how to fully express this feeling in my heart. He decided right then and there that he would hold a press conference where he would speak to the public on all matters relating to pressing the number 3 over and over.
Oh my god.
He would elaborate fully on what the number 3 meant to him and why he felt so alive when pressing it. Then the bucket would be able to see his joy through the eyes of others. It would get to see the world react to this discovery of Stanley's. And it would be through the public eye that the bucket would finally understand Stanley's work.
You ever try to convince your friend about something? You hold an entire press conference about it. Like, dude, I really like the number 3. I put together this whole event. I like the number 3.
For months, he advertised and marketed his press conference, building excitement around it, developing and rehearsing it, until it couldn't be refined a single measure further. When the big day arrived, Stanley was as prepared as he'd ever been for anything in his life.
I swear, whenever there's a red reflection on the bucket, it just looks like blood. I'm just carrying a bloody bucket around. To the stage.
This was it. One last chance to win the bucket over. One opportunity to share a true connection with a loved one.
3 again. 3 again. I'm really into that number 3. Am I gonna get flashbanged again?
There was no one here. Nobody had come to the press conference to hear Stanley speak.
Nobody gives a
to
shit.
listen to him talk about what it really means to press the number 3 on
Nobody
a keypad
cares.
over and over.
Nobody
unloved,
cares.
Uninteresting. He was a failure. And in that moment, Stanley knew that the bucket would never again take him seriously.
I was only gonna say 3.
There would be no connection, no deeper understanding. The bucket merely sat there in his arms, indifferent.
I never looked back
began
here.
that slowly, over many years, the two of them grew more and more distant. They spoke less and less, neither wishing to state the obvious, that any sense of real respect between them had eroded since that day at the press conference. There would be no more games, no more long conversations about passion and pursuit, only a silence that consumed the space between friends. And Stanley, having for once in his life discovered the warmth and comfort of true companionship, was cast back into the unremarkable normalcy of loneliness.
Wow. That was a Stanley Parable ending. What did that say? The bucket. I think that's it. Yep, I'm going for new content. The music cut off. The music cut off. Oh god. Return to the Stanley Parable 2 Expo Hall.
The Stanley Parable 2.
Wait, this is just repeating.
It
I'm
could go in
confused.
so many different directions. This is what fans have truly been asking for.
But I'm in the Stanley Parable 3 right now.
Calling it the Stanley Parable 2 is just so much catchier than Ultra Deluxe, don't you think? Ultra Deluxe. What does it even go on? Try out some of the new features.
What if I just leave? What if I just exit and don't explore anything? What now, narrator? I'm not interested.
All right. Have you seen everything you wanted to? Ready to move on now?
Yeah. If I quit to menu. Yeah, it's still that. Okay, I'm gonna see if they randomly generate the number and subtitle. I gotta see if they do it. Oh, I have to remake it every time. The Stanley Parable 4. Skeleton Hole Punch.
This is the story.
This is a store. I think it's like the narrator doesn't know. Like, the narrator is not aware about this change. So I think I'm gonna go to the epilogue. And say no. I have to go through this part again. They even got the mirage effect. It's a desert mirage, it's not real. Yeah, what is this powering? Oh man, that generator goes all the way to the computer at the end. That's crazy. I didn't even put that together. The Stanley button.
Stanley.
Jim. The sand. Oh, and the generator cable just ends there. Together, we are going to make the Stanley Parable 5. This person remembers. This person knows where we're at. The Stanley Parable 5. Baby cheese. I gotta decline. I gotta break the cycle. It'll just be the same content recycled again and again and again with a new title screen. I don't want to be trapped. What do you say? Should we go forward with this plan? Don't do it. I understand. Sometimes we're not ready to move on. That's fine. If you ever change your mind and want to start inventing new sequels, come talk to me. I'll be right here. Oh. Oh no. Baby cheese.
This is the story.
It is a story, you're right. So, is this game done? Like, did I see everything? What if I take the bucket to the Stanley Parable 2 Expo? I mean, that's where I got it from, but take it with me.
Oh, new content? What does that mean, new content?
It means exactly what it means.
Please, step inside and see what thrilling new adventures await in The Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe.
Oh, well, this sounds delightful. I'm very excited to see the thrilling new Ultra Deluxe content. Wait, Stanley, I've just now realized. That bucket you're holding, it's the bucket I've been working on for my sequel. How did you get your hands on it?
I don't know.
Isn't this the preview to the sequel? How do you have the bucket already? This makes no sense at all.
You don't understand what's going on here.
Hold on. Did I already show you my ideas for the sequel?
We're caught in a time
I
loop.
don't remember doing that at all. You're seeing things all out of order.
Yeah. Doesn't that blow your mind? I'm from the future. And I don't have...
All right, let's see. It's...
I don't have any
the jump
jumps.
circle?
I don't got any jumps. I used them all. Isn't that weird, narrator, how I don't have any jumps? How could that be? Well...
The infinite hole, the giant door, did you see them already?
I saw it all.
None of them are ready yet. I'm still developing them.
I'm
They're not
from the-
even close to finished. How did they look when you saw them? Were they captivating? Were they exciting? Did they fulfill on the promise of everything that a sequel to Stanley Parable could possibly be? Had I figured out how the hell to make a sequel to this game?
I mean, this bucket has been amazing. Like, that you got completely right. You nailed that. You nailed the bucket. The reassurance bucket, you nailed that. It's probably the one thing you got right. Oh.
Wait, if you're still carrying the bucket around with you, if the bucket is interesting to you, that means I must have made it correctly.
That's what I'm saying.
Yes. You carrying the bucket with you everywhere is exactly what I set out to accomplish.
It's a reassurance
the
bucket.
is the exciting and captivating new content that I promised.
I knew
I
it.
did it. I win.
You did
I
it.
made a sequel to the Stanley Parable. Yes, the sign is correct. Thank you for enjoying the new content. Thank you for taking the bucket everywhere with you, clinging tightly to the bucket, never letting it go. It means I've won. It means I am victorious over the gamers. It is a sweet salve of victory on my soul. Thank you for enjoying the new content. The bucket is the Stanley Parable now.
It
They
is,
are one
yeah.
and the same. There is
Pretty much.
no Stanley Parable without the bucket. I win, I win, I win, I win, I win, I win, I win.
You made a really good quality bucket. Be proud of that. That's it? That doesn't go somewhere? I think that's everything. I don't think there's anything left. I guess that's the finale. I think I saw everything. Yeah, I'd say that's a good ending. Or maybe, if I quit and go back in, will it still be Stanley Parable 5? Okay, maybe I gotta, like, iterate through more titles, more epilogue titles. But I gotta go through the whole epilogue again. I mean, if that's really all there is to this game, I had a great time. It's a good, like, 6-part miniseries. The music is so good. There's no option to skip that opening epilogue scene. So I think I'm on Stanley Parable 6 right now. How many sequels are we gonna do? Oh, this is new. Oh, hello. You're back. It's good to see you again. Did you reconsider my idea of inventing new silly subtitles for sequels, like the Stanley Parable 3 Nonsense Chemicals? Would you like to start doing that now? Let's do it. Good, then it's agreed. A new sequel every time you start the game. And you know what? Since you've put faith in my idea, I feel like giving you something as well. Oh, yeah. Give me the broken achievement. That's something new. The achievement machine is fixed. So I can go in there and get that achievement. That'll cause something. That'll blow his mind. We're just messing with the narrator. Thank you. Please enjoy the Stanley Parable. Okay, let's have it be a new title. Yeah. Stanley Parable 6, Part 5, Apple. I want to see how high that number can go. Stanley Parable 10. Let's get it. The Stanley Parable 7, Wacky Stapler. Now those are some wacky staplers right there. Look at that fern. Look at that fern going. Ah. Fucking... Why'd I get jump scared by a baby? How dare you? A door to hole. A door to... Stanley Parable 8, The Hole. The epic rock music. The hole! I'm vibing. This is good music. Yeah, that's a good loop. Alright, another one. Curse of the Water. Dreams of content. Attack on content. Kind of what this game's about. Ooh, Curse of the Content. That goes hard. These combinations, man. It's either me or the content. And I got jump scared by the baby again. Stop. Get out of here. Get out of here. It just creeps into the side like, ah. It just creeps in. Crawls in. Like, how dare you? Pocket full of ice. More ice. Stanley Parable 10. Pocket full of ice. What is that? What is this mecha? We've never seen that. Well, we're in the Stanley Parable 10. Let's get in there. Pocket full of ice.
The Stanley Parable 2.
And I already have the bucket from it.
Go on, try out some of the new features.
Okay, first I want to see his reaction to like bringing the bucket to the reassurance bucket. There are 2 buckets now.
Wait, there are 2 buckets here? How did you get a second bucket? Oh no, the warmth and comfort of a single bucket is already so great, so intoxicatingly wonderful. With 2 buckets, there's no telling. Stanley, can you still hear me? Are you with me? Stanley! Oh, thank God.
The 2 buckets were too powerful together.
The power of 2 buckets was too much. I had to destroy both of them.
That's funny.
I know how much the bucket meant to you, but I couldn't take the risk. I hope one day you can forgive me.
Well, I'm pissed. I don't have a bucket. You blew up all the buckets. The power of 2 buckets was too much. This whole expo is about 2. Man, that was funny. Yeah, free achievement. I can get it now.
Now, here's something special. You remember that broken test achievement that got left in the game on accident? Well, I'm developing a technology to simply give you the achievement. Yes. You see, you'll come to this lever, and when you pull it, the achievement will be given to you. It's as simple as that.
Test achievement, please ignore.
As you can see, the machine is not working yet since... What? Wait. What in the holy hell is going on? You got the achievement?
I got the achievement.
Why did the machine work? Stanley, I didn't fix it. I didn't do anything to it. I swear, it was broken just a second ago. Who fixed it? Is someone here? Are we being watched? Oh, God. Composure. Composure. Yes, as you can see, the machine is working as normal, as I intended. It truly speaks to the awe-inspiring magic of the Stanley Parable 2. Breathe.
Your reality is
Just
falling
breathe.
apart. Oh, collectibles? Maybe there's none left. Out of order. You've been here already. You have nothing to say about that? Wait, I think this button is gonna say Stanley this time.
For the Stanley Parable 2, I asked myself, what do players really want? And of course, the first and most obvious answer is that they want to be individually recognized and validated as people. So with that in mind, my first addition to the game is this button, which speaks the name of the person playing the game. Isn't that wonderful?
Jim.
Sorry, I should have clarified.
Okay.
Right now, the button only says the name Jim.
But of course, in the final game, this button will say your name, whatever name that is. Here, let's have you role-play as Jim to really simulate the full experience of this feature. Just play along. I promise you'll love it. Okay, here we go. Let's take a deep breath, clear your mind, forget whoever you are, and simply become a person named Jim.
Jim.
Whoa, hold on. I wasn't finished setting up the backstory. If you don't properly roleplay as Jim, then you'll never understand the impact of this button. Otherwise, it's just a stupid button that says somebody else's name. Okay, we're doing it again, and this time let me finish first. Now, allow yourself to become Jim. Imagine yourself driving to work as Jim, playing frisbee on the weekends as Jim, staying up all night for a popcorn and horror movie sleepover as Jim. All right, fine, whatever. It's just a meaningless button that says Jim. Are you happy now? Get out of here. I'm done with this button. Why don't you go humiliate me in front of a different feature that I worked very hard on?
Jim. Jim button.
Maybe I'll only let people named Jim play the Stanley Parable too. They would appreciate what I've created here.
He's so salty. Okay, let's pick the other balloon.
Get well someday it is.
Yay.
Stanley, here's an idea that I'm truly fond of. It's never been done before in a video game.
I don't care. I'm surprised the narrator had nothing to say about the collectibles. Like, hello? You made a big deal about the collectibles.
It would need a really, really tremendous title screen. A title screen that says with bold and uncompromising conviction, "This is the Stanley Parable 2. Let me see if I can whip something up. All right, perfect. Go ahead. Take a look.
What will that do to the pocket full of... Well, this is a story.
This is the story.
And now we changed the balloons. I think that's probably it. So wait, if I exit the game from here, what about our sequels? What about the Stanley Parables, like 11, 12, all that? Yeah! Stanley Parable 11, Stanley's tiny hole. Okay. This game. Well, thanks for watching this little 6-part Let's Play. I had a lot of fun. And I hope you had fun watching. We explored a lot of buckets. I was really into that bucket lore. The Gamora, whatever that mythical creature was called. That was cool. Thanks for watching.